Sayonara. Imademo awa tsundere. Imademo awa tsundere. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Yo, Jabronis, congrats on the first, my dude. Oh my goodness, someone decided to start squeaking the moment that I went live. Dude, it's Durs. Yo, thanks for the follow, homie. Welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday, gang. Boo, 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 boo. Hi, Bandit Bay. How you doing, cutie? Dude, acidic alien? Dude, acidic alien in the chat? What is good? Oh my god, Shark in the chat? Hello, Shark. How you doing? Happy Saturday, beautiful. Dude, Shark with the face reveal the other day? Oh my god, I was like, whew, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Shaved and ready for my recital? Dude, hell yeah. What song you singing? Gonna serenade the people with those golden pipes. I went with anime music today. I don't know why. It was like 2 minutes before stream and I was like, we do an anime. It's just what's happening. I was doing Sanshin and a Phantom of the Opera trio with Mori and her husband. Oh, cute! That's incredible. Have someone record it. I want to see. I want to see you and Mori and husbando. Vocal teacher fixed my issues yesterday and I sing better. Did the vocal teacher get in there with like a nice wrench and just get y'all all straightened out? Oh, I just noticed. Desk cam is just hanging. Whoops. Adjusting things and breaking them. No big deal. No, she threatened to hit me. I mean, that's what you really want from a vocal teacher is, you know, them to just threaten violence unless you sing better. So my shoulders were going too high, which causes throat stress. Fixed it, and now I breathe right. I think that's something that, like, myself and many people don't consider. Like, I think some people just think, like, oh, you're just a good singer, or you just do it. But it's like an instrument. And I've been, like, thinking about this more lately, that the way there's an attention to detail when you're, like, playing guitar or playing piano, and the amount of time that you press on a note and the pressure you use and everything like that, those same sort of details and that level of attention to detail, just the same in singing. Like, vocals are just as technical and specific, and things like your posture, how you like hold your body, raising your throat, lowering it, like all of that plays a part in how you sing. It's very technical. Maybe some people are just like naturally kind of oriented for singing and those things come naturally to them. But I think overall it takes focus and like work, just like any other instrument. Yo, Bandit Bay with the shout outs, let's go. My mod fiance, just killing it. That's your job tonight, Bandit Bay, is giving shout outs. Doing my modly duties. Can we also get a shout out for Shark? Shark is a wonderful keyboard streamer, beautiful individual, voice of an angel, incredible style. Many sweet things to be said about Shark. Thanks, Bandit Bay. Unfortunately, I'll be going back to Final Fantasy XIV because of Neon Genesis. I saw that! Fucking Ava in Final Fantasy XIV, like, how could they do this to me? They be tempting me. They're really testing me with that one. Acid, you gotta come play Marathon more with Enra and I. I will not be social this time. I think that's honestly the downfall of us all, was whenever we started treating like hanging out in Limsa Lominsa like it was endgame. No one tells me when you guys get on. I'll be better. It's mostly like I'm on and then literally 2 seconds later I see Milk has got on Marathon. I swear he's like either he's on his computer all the time or has like a macro set up that whenever I get on, it like sends him a text. He just knows. But also, this last week has been crunch week. I have until the end of the month to finish 2 classes. Damn! You responded when I asked to play a couple of days ago. Oh, rude. Freaking rude as hell. Oh yeah, I got the Pokemon community game. You inspired me, Acid. So now we can all play around and catch Pokemon while we're building keyboards. It just seems like a good fit, you know? Keyboard streams, in a way, there's like, you know, it's pretty static and chill, so having something else going on is fun. What's up, my dude? Dude, Eisenheim, how's it going? Good to see you, homie. Such a cute little penguin. Look at that little penguin. The penguins from Madagascar, I now can't like see them without thinking of Linux because one of my favorite YouTubers, his name's BogXD. He just does random videos. He's done a lot of Linux ones though, and he uses shit, I always forget all the penguins' names. It's like Malkovich or something. I don't know. He uses one of the penguins for every like Linux video. So I just instantly think of them. We love our penguins. Frick yeah, we do. We love penguins. They're so cute. I will be catching a shiny here. That's what I'm saying. I'm bringing you luck. Consider stream avatars tool. People can do a little jump game there. Oh, is that the battle game you have? Or it's like people can do a battle royale? Especially since I'm running on Penguin OS. No, what? No way. Wait, is Penguin OS, Penguin OS, is that a Linux variety? Linux distro? Also, I just realized I've been using my keyboard mic setup instead of my voice mic, so. I mean Linux, oh. Okay, I was like, there's so many distros that I wouldn't be surprised if Penguin OS exists for real. It is Zorin OS fork. Oh, nice. I've heard good things about Zorin. I've never tried it myself. I'm currently running Arch. After I was running Omarchy and or Omarchy, and I loved it, but I hated like the opinionated elements that I couldn't really change or that it would like constantly roll back with updates. So like I'm just go straight to the source and just use Arch, and I'll take the things I like from Omarchy and then just bring it over. My dogs are having a little playtime. Show you guys. They froze the moment I turned the camera though. Oh, there we go. Battle Royale. Battle Royale. They're so cute. Oh, look at them. Little cuties. They're freaking adorable. Freaking love my pups. Yo, Faya, what is good? How are you? Happy Saturday. That's how they fight all the time. Well, so whenever Zareth, my black puppy, whenever he gets the zoomies, he'll go up to Suki, the white one, and she'll like sit there and kind of freeze, and he'll just be like, and then jump her, and then they just like do little paw hands. It's very cute. They love each other. Let's swap to desk view because I think today will be a little bit of a longer stream, so we could get going. Linux community recommended Arch so much. If you have patience to code and use terminal a lot, I don't have that kind of patience. Yeah, it's definitely like a tinkerer's dream, I think. And that's like, the issue I had is I tried so many different distros and they felt like just slightly different from Windows and Mac OS, which is fine. They're usable. But I really wanted like a fresh experience. And I didn't get that until I tried Arch. Like that was what, to me, is how I pictured Linux being. Like, you know, having its own sort of ecosystem, its own set of apps that solve certain problems, its own feeling in general. So that's why I've liked it, just because I like to tinker and play around. And some people are like, this is so annoying that I have to figure out this problem. But to me, it's like, that's part of the fun of Linux, is running against a wall and then troubleshooting it and getting in the terminal and messing around and effing shit up. It's fun. Thanks, bro. Sunday for me in Melbourne. Ooh, I didn't even know you were down under, fam. Hell yeah. Always love your energy, bro. Dude, thank you so much, fam. I appreciate that. I try and bring the funsies. Bring the funsies and the whimsy to the stream. That's so cool, though. I love Australia. It's such a cool-ass place with cool-ass people. I've met many an Aussie in my travels, and they're always like who I vibe the hardest with. Let's jump into it, and we'll start screwing in stabilizers. We're building the ASCII-F today. I did a prototype build during the kind of initial group buy period for Daddy Ino Mushiki, Daddy Frank, and I absolutely loved it. And then he reached out with a friends and family one, and so I was like, hell yeah, I gotta get in on that. So I think I'll like it even better, because this bad boy is so dang cute. Now TGR fancy, dude. The she is so sweet. I love my she. I keep going back to it. I think, if I remember right, I already tested the PCB, because this did come in like a week or two ago. Got our screws. Dottie B. We have this sweet alignment plate, which I believe was inspired by the W1AT from Geon. And here's the butte itself. EQ, how you doing? Say, Bandit Bay, can we get a shout out for Elquan? Goated Apex streamer. Definitely not a keyboard streamer. Never streamed keyboards before. Doesn't even know what a keyboard is. Oh, look at this. Thanks, Bandit Bay. Look at this freaking beaut, dog. Got the beige, the copy B. Ooh-wee, Garby art, you feeky little cutie you. Hey, Garby. Ah, look at it. I haven't even scuffed it with my fingerprints yet. Insane. Let's put some feet on this bee. Garby, how are you, beautiful? Garby, I can't help but see your name in chat and just smile. Feetsies. Feetsies. Are these, Oh, I didn't know they were going to include these. We got some force brake pads. I won't use those initially. We'll kind of see if they need them. There's some resonance. Or not. I just got home from fishing. Hell yeah. You catch anything? I can tell you what you did catch. You caught a big old bass called my heart. Caught a big old ahi heart tuna. And the pants trout. I mean, what? Sorry if you can hear the doggies whining in the background. They're throwing a tantrum. Oh, I just noticed my gain is pretty high. Is my voice all right, or is it like blowing out ears? Peaking a little bit, so let's bring that back just a bit. Hopefully that's a bit better. I don't know what show this is from, but this is a bot. Oh yeah, we got feet on, baby. All good? Sweet. Maybe 6 or 7. Easy. I see your ASCII-F is the FNAF edition. Easy. You know it. Yeah, I built the proto, and Frankie and I are, I'm his mistress, so had to get it. This beige is really freaking cute. Look at that. The copper. I think maybe the brass probably is a little bit better it's like a little bit more striking, but I just love a copper bottom. Like, copper just is so sexy, dude. All right, feed on. Let's move forward. Got the Pikmin on the beat. Maybe I didn't test the PCB yet. I think I'm misremembering. Hey everyone, yo, the Adepts! How's it going? Welcome to stream, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Hey. Seeing it at the meetup is the reason I got it. Dude, hell yeah. I sold you. Did my good influencer job. I'm kidding, I'm not an influencer, but... Dude, Conan! What's up, Fern? How you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday. Is yours the Friends and Family? It is. It's not Friends and Family like the pink color of Friends and Family, but it was a Friends and Family edition. I did consider the pink briefly, but I don't know. I love a neutral keyboard because of how much I can pair it with. I'm just boring like that, I guess. That being said, I guess my Red She is one of my favorite boards, so maybe I should a little more often go into the colored territory, the color keyboard territory. Get in there, JST. Let's give this bad boy a test. I should have done this when it came in. I usually do, but I've been busy as hell. Lamps looks real nice. Oh yeah, I heard you got the pink one. You got a green keyboard in your collection? I don't have a green keyboard, actually. I would love to eventually get something that maybe is like a British racing green. I think that'd be pretty dope. Mod Musings, how you doing, Mr. Matthew and Cena? Can't wait to get my ASCII-F. Too bad I ordered mine with a plate. Ah, rookie mistake, Matthew. Rookie mistake. It's all right. Yeah, no, I hope everyone gets theirs very soon. I'm very stoked to have mine, but I feel for all my brothers and sisters who are still waiting on theirs. Hey, Bandit Bay, can we get a shout out for Mr. Matthew and Cena, Mod Musings? Thank you, thank you. Was there an issue with the plates? I think the wrong plate file was sent over, potentially. No key sounds. Nanimo. I've never watched Naruto, but I remember on an anime playlist, this song came on. I was like, this is a bop. I have to have it. Interesting. Was there... Oh, yeah. I already answered that. Mabby. Yeah, there was indeed some sort of thing with the plate. Helps if I'm actually in the window. spread this a bit wider. These tweezers are literally just for testing PCBs. Bonk, bonk. I might be a anime Judas for this, but I've never watched Naruto. Okay, that's not totally true. I have watched a little bit of like the original Naruto, but I've never watched like all of Naruto. I hear Shippuden is whenever it like actually gets super dope, but I've never taken the time, and frankly now I don't have the time. I think I'd probably watch Hunter x Hunter, which I really want to get to before I take the Naruto path. This is right shift. There we go. A wild Masharna. Wow. Incredible. Do 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 do. Hi, Suki. Suki had to show off her toy to me. Beautiful. She works. Yeah, so plates were reordered and they were supposed to be replaced and sent air to arrive around the same time as the boards being freed to America, but they did not. Yeah, that's the sitch. I've never watched Naruto. I watched Robotech. Hell yeah. I don't know what Robotech is, but sounds like some sick mech anime, so I'm in support of it. Yeah, see, I think Naruto is like just after my generation, or maybe like during it, but I was a Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z kid. I was born slightly after Dragon Ball, but I remember watching it from reruns on like Toonami as a youth, and then I would watch Dragon Ball Z as it was airing. Jesus Christ, dude! Some of the power ups with like Goku going like Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3, or the first time whenever you were like watching those, it was painful. You would go week to week and it'd be like, cut, Goku still doing that. Someone else flying across Namek, Frieza sitting there just being smug, and that was like you'd wait a whole week and it would just be that for like 3 episodes, just 3 weeks of that. It was a little brutal, but I remember it fondly. The hype was real, dude. Whenever they first did Fusion, or whenever Goku first does Super Saiyan 3, that shit was crazy. Oh yeah, the stabilizer situation today is a little bit wacky because I didn't have enough in one set for the numpad stabilizers. So we have two clear housings and the rest are going to be black. Figured I'd let you guys know ahead of time so you didn't get too spooked by seeing sudden clear housings emerge. Bonk. This song is giving kind of like Kingdom Hearts energy. believe. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll want it right here for the layout I'm going for. So there is a ton of different layouts for this board, and the one I'm going to go for is 7U bottom row, 1.25, 1U, 1.25, and I believe we can fit 2 1Us, and then we'll do an arrow cluster. That's the goal. Well, now the crooked via has me tweaking for a minute. Oh yeah, shit, I need to pull that down. Thanks for reminding me. Also, hello, use chopstick. How you doing? The thing is, I use that scene for my typing tests, but it's also like how I do via. I suppose I should just have 2 different scenes, or sources rather. Happy Saturday though, chopstick. How you doing? It's originally from the 80s when I was a kid. Oh, hell yeah. See, I definitely grew up on a lot of 90s anime, like Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. What else? I think that's mostly what I was watching as a kid. There's probably like a spattering of other ones that I don't remember or like didn't follow as much.
Hello.
But yeah, I've been a weeb since day one. My destiny was chosen for me. It's kind of interesting because like I didn't have anyone in my life in particular that was like into anime, which I feel like is typically how people in the West early on got exposed, but it was honestly just because I was a night owl and would stay up late and then Toonami would come on and air anime. And I was like, yo, this is sick. And I just didn't have any sort of concept of there being a difference between, like, I think as a kid I noticed the stylistic difference, but in my mind there was no difference between like me watching Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Inuyasha. Like they're both cartoons. And it wasn't until like later on down the line in school when people were like, "Oh, you watch anime, you nerd?" And I was like, "The hell are you talking about?" Yo, LA ants, what's going on? Dude, are you eating good in LA? The ants must eat great in LA. Welcome to the stream. Hell yeah, I love Toonami. Ever watch on Toonami Aftermath? Toonami Aftermath. Is that just like, was that the After Dark portion? Aftermath. You'll have to remind me what that was. But hello, thanks for the first time chat, Ellie Ants. Sorry for my bad ants joke, too. I used to, back before I did the name change from Banditry to Nixloom, my intro scene and audio used to be the Toonami, like, one of the Toonami stingers. Because, yeah, Toonami was my childhood. I loved that. Freaking loved that part of Cartoon Network. I feel like I have more fond memories and vivid memories of like Nick at Night and Toonami than I do of like the regular daytime programming. When I was a kid, it wasn't anime, it was Japanimation. Ah, interesting. Now it's a website that plays old Toonami program. What? Hold the shit up, mate. Yo, Wild Melodic? Dude, let's freaking go. Yeah, boy. Eliance, what sort of ASCII-F did you get? Like, what color and combo? This dub kills me. Beige top, black bottom. I'm gonna do a plateless build with some browns and a hot swap setup with some clickies. Dude, frick yeah. I do think with the alu bottom, cherry switches are the goat. Like, the only way to go. I keep forgetting that I put the screws in the bottom of these stabs when I was prepping them. That was kind of silly of me. Yeah, all the vids and streams with cherry switches sounded great. Hell yeah. Yeah, whenever I did the proto build, it was an aloe bottom unit, and I did Nixie's. Sounded really good. Today I'm doing Keygeek M3s because the resounding consensus is that the copper bottom definitely causes some more muting and lowering of volume of switches. So I went with something nice and loud. I kind of wish I got an ASCII-F. Dude, come on. There's still time. Intercept the ship. Just go to Glendel's garage. Go shopping. Dude, the possessed cat is the best. See, that kind of shit is what I'm talking about with the out-of-pocket jokes. I got mine in last week, and I can't wait to build that sucker. Dude, hell yeah, there's. Banger of an outro. Out-of-pocket dub, yeah, dude. The dub is it is absolutely insane. I love the story behind it too, where like this anime was just a flop in Japan, and so they like didn't think anything of the dub. And so whenever I don't know what studio or group got the rights, but they essentially got it for nothing because the group in Japan, the original studio, was like, "Oh yeah, this isn't worth anything. No one liked to hear." And then they just made this cursed, absolutely insane dub that I've never even watched the sub, so I don't even know how far it goes from the original content and like stories. But I'm pretty certain it's nothing to do with the way it goes now with the dub. Remember how silly MXC was with the voiceovers? MXC. MXC. Why is my mind blanking on what MXC is? Dude, these were the most hype. These Toonami edits. Dude, it even has old commercials. Time to get my Mountain Dew and Go-Gurt. Dude, yeah, I need my Lunchables. Need some Cheez-Its and a Capri Sun. I'll be set. I'll be ready. Dude, why were full on like TV commercial ad breaks like shorter in the 90s than some YouTube like mid-roll ads? Actually, like a banger opener though. For as silly as all the rest is. Yo, spicy miso! How are you doing, miso? Me so happy to see you. Stabs in. Perfect. I'm gonna add a bit of lube. Hello, beautiful. How you doing? Sagiri, I like how both of us changed our names, but people still refer to us as our like OG names. That's how you know. That's how you know who knows. That's how you can spot a real one. Dude, Spaceballs! What's up, beautiful? Can we get a shout out for Spaceballs? Anyone can give shout outs, by the way, in my stream. If there's someone that like is in chat that you see that you're like, oh, I know they stream and I don't mention giving them a shout out, you can go ahead and give them a shout out. Spaceballs is such a sweetie, an excellent, amazing human being, and streams really, really fun food and coffee content during the week. If you're like me and you work remotely, he is the ultimate like companion because you can just have his stream on and be working and be happy. Also, amazing music taste, so. I have been dealing with some stuff for Dad. He's honestly the worst patient to have. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I've been super busy, but all good things. All good things. Sorry to hear that you're having a rough time with your dad, though. Thanks for giving a shout out to Spaceballs. Yo, 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 gotta walk Mirio, but wanted to pop in and say hi real quick. Yo, how you doing, Tim? It's good to see you, B. Say hi to my nephew, Mirio, on walk. Such a good boy. Dude, I'm so stuffed today. I'm sorry, holy shit. This dub is just so wild, and I forget sometimes how wild it is. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've eaten way too much today. We went to a market and primarily went for some matcha because Mako matcha is only at one market in town, and so we had to get them because they're the best matcha. And then I noticed this Korean fried chicken place right across from it. And even though I'd just eaten breakfast, I was like, damn, that sounds really good. So I got a Korean fried chicken sandwich from a dude dressed like Woody for some reason. He was like a young Korean dude, and he had like some very modern, stylish shades on, but was dressed like Woody. And he was so friendly. And then it turned out to just be the absolute most bussin', most fire, most delicious K fried chicken I've ever had in my life. It was so good. I had some burgers today, dude. I don't remember the last time I had a burger. A burger can be fancy in its own way. Fully forgot you had that sandwich too. Yeah, I've eaten way too much today. Cause you're a matcha fiend, dude. You already know. I'm an absolute matcha fiend. I had two today. We went to the market. Went to the market, got one there. Went to the Nature and Science Museum, and then got another afterwards. We're absolute fiends, bro. Possessed piano. Ooh, spooky. Cool. All right, stabilizers should be ready. We can always add more. That's one of the great things about a plateless build is you can you can always mess with stabilizers very easily. Once again, for anyone joining us, I will give you a forewarning. This dub is incredibly out of pocket. This is a safe space to have a laugh, and us all be aware that this stuff is wild. Dude, Scott Stapp rocks. Creed mentioned. Alright, we need plate fork. This is great, by the way. I think any board that comes with a plateless option should include these removable guides. A wild electric. We like some eels. Alright, we're using Keygeek M3s. Some of the references, though, like, even I don't remember who, like, some of these people are. The little brother is, like, just such a wild character. I guess I can just sleep this. Dude. Thanks, I thought it was just me. The cat is so funny. Definitely feels written by people 10 years older than me. Yeah. I mean, it would have to be because, like, I was born in 93, and I don't even know when the dub came out. But this show was definitely, like, people older than me were writing it. Oh, that's right. I think I need to... I guess I could break away this side, maybe. I think I need to do, like, this and then the numpad separately. It's been a while since I did that first stream for this. Dude, for release. What a banger. Maybe we'll watch this episode of Ghost Stories and then pop it off for anyone who's not comfortable with this particular brand of very, very dated humor, we'll say. I think it's okay to, like, recognize when something is a product of its time, and it was like, it's funny in the context of that, but it's also like you can see both sides of it. You can be like, this is problematic, but also very unserious. Dude, you can't escape for Elise. For Elise is forever. Ooh, more times. Alright, I'm gonna get a 7U spacebar out. Just to make sure we do this right. Dude, that character too is also like crazy. Call this line Sozy. Alright. There we go, that's better. Yes, it's me, Leo. Dude. Okay. Then we just have to keep these switches in, but keep... Hey, Enra. How you doing? Welcome to the Toonami Aftermath Hour. How's my favorite Goon Goblin? I just saw a reel earlier of this anime. Wait, have you ever watched the Ghost Stories dub, Enra? Hi, how's it going? Huh? The babies are screaming? Why are they screaming? Why are you guys screaming? Huh? Oh, someone was yelling outside? I thought you meant the pups.
They were yelling at that.
Oh, yelling at the outside. I thought you meant there was someone yelling outside. No, but I seen clips. Oh my god, dude. Alright, you're in for a treat. You need to see this because this dub is the most insane shit of all time. I think we may. I mean, I guess I'll just play it by what people are feeling. I said earlier we'd watch this episode and then switch it up, but if people are vibing with some Toonami and ghost stories, we can keep on keeping on. I am nothing if not a man of the people. You are a man of beauty. Oh my goodness. Sagir, you sweet talker, you. You're one to talk about beauty. Man of action right there. Oh yeah. These switches, by the way, are insane. They're like so loud even. Right here. Let's do this. They're like very loud switches. I rectified what you were saying. Miso said it, not me, guys. Man down. Oh. I like that the PC reminted an old school looking color. Yeah, I think the amber, well, not really amber, it's more like gold, yellow, maybe kind of amber. This color is very cool. This was what the prototype color was, and I thought it was really nifty. Shout out to my boy Bat Daddy Frank for keeping it real. Oh, it's that originally abridged dub anime. Ghost Stories, was it? Yep, Eisenheim, you nailed it. This is the most out of pocket, crazy ass dub of all time. And it is so fun. As I mentioned earlier, it's one of those that like you have to like take a step back and be like, this was a product of its time, and just like enjoy it for that. If you think too much about it, then it becomes not as fun to watch. There's also an interesting bottom row layout, 1.5, 1.5, 7U, 1.5, 1.5, then the arrows. I did see that one. I do tend to use all three of the bottom row because I switch between Mac and Windows. And so it is nice having them like in the same position as I'm used to on Mac. But I did consider that layout as well. That's what I love about this board too. Like, so many different layouts are supported. You do so many fun things. Same, Windows for fun, Mac for work. Yeah. I use all three. I use Linux, Windows, and Mac. Windows to play Marathon with Enramilk and to stream. Linux for coding and tinkering and having fun, and I love it more than all the other operating systems. And then Mac for work. What I love the most is I see no cherry. Oh, no cherry switches? Yeah, cherry switches with the copper bottom, they just aren't quite loud enough. The aluminum bottom is definitely, cherry's the move there, but I miss you, I love you, I need you, sexy, sexy. What do you say, chat? More Toonami Aftermath, or do you want music time back? I love Linux, not the community. Yeah, the community's pretty hit or miss. Ever use WSL? It works surprisingly well. WSL? What's WSL? What's the planned layout for your build? I can't guess from seating of switches. So we're doing all 1U over here. I don't really honestly use this side very much, except for like for layers, like function. And then 1.25, 1U, 1.25, and 7U spacebar, and then arrows. It's the same on my YouTube channel. The stream from the ASCII-F prototype is still up. I'm doing the same layout that I did for that because I really enjoyed it. Old school anime outros are bangers, dude. Yeah, the intro to this show has a great OST too. People over there are incredibly smart and want more people in over Linux. Yeah, Linux is pretty great. Windows subsystem for Linux. You can basically run a distro with it. Oh, like a virtual machine. I've not used it. I've considered trying it, but I feel like it requires so much more to kind of get up and running. I've watched a few videos on it, and I honestly just like dual booting. Like, it's not, I don't feel like it takes that much more time. And typically I'm like booting directly into what I'm going to be using for the day, not like swapping in between them frequently. But I am glad that it exists. If I was ever like kind of doing it side by side more, that'd be handy. The immaculate anime vibes. Samurai Champloo, I think that is. Let me introduce you to Linux Dumb Stupid Community Paradox. It's really hit or miss. There's some really great, like, friendly, incredibly helpful people, but there's also some that are like, my distro is the only correct choice, and you're wrong if you pick anything else, and let me just tell you why you're an idiot for asking for help whenever there's a wiki or whatever. Those people I'm not down with. But it's usually like the vocal minority with those. Ah, that's vibes. I think there's HHKB 6U support for it now. There might be. There is a lot of support options. I don't think there's no like HHKB blockers though, to my knowledge. Or any blockers of any kind for that matter. Glove Samurai Shampoo, dude, the sickest show. Turtle Cat, what is good, my friend? Can we get a shout out for Turtle Cat? Happy Saturday, Turtle. Often rude, have nonstop drama. Definitely if you get them going. Certain people. Like I said, it's like the vocal minority. Many people over in Linux wants more people, but they completely do the opposite of wanting them. They're extremely bad at communicating, borderline, antisocial. No wonder when people get issues, they leave. Hard to get help. Yeah, it definitely is. I think the reason I've enjoyed Linux is that I just like don't engage with that side. I engage with like the Ricing community fairly decently, and they're always just fun and supportive. But I think I don't reach out for help really. I just kind of like research things and then do it on my own. There haven't been too many things that I like can't find an answer for, you know. If anything, it's the same problem Stack Overflow have. Yeah. Lots of overlap there, I think. All right, so we're gonna do the main section and then we'll do the numpad because I think that'll be easier to remove this guide. Outlaw Star. What sort of Cowboy Bebop at home? No. I don't remember this show. Interesting. My impression overall is negative. That's valid because there is some major issues with how people handle interacting with the Linux community, like within it, especially with newer folks. All right, let's plug in solder bean, and we'll get out Sussy Fankun. Oh yeah, I don't think I heard from people. What are you guys thinking? Are you thinking more Toonami anime, or are we feeling more music? I thought it'd be all ghost stories, which I know can be off-putting to some folks, so the fact that it changed makes me not as worried, but I mean, this is nothing if not a sus place. Anime, maybe? Okay, we got one for anime. I'm pretty neutral. I love that we found this place, though. Shout out to LA Ants for turning me on to this amazing website. I'm digging the Toonami vibe. Let's freaking go. Toonami's cool, but maybe a bit quieter. Oh, is it pretty loud? Thanks for letting me know. I wish I could be like a little more precise with like typing in the decibels I want something at. Is that better? Or are we still thinking a lower volume? Want to know something funny? Yeah. Tell me, Miso. It just gets intense when there's a lot of action. Yeah, that's true. Seems good. Cool. There's an explosion to give us a good indicator. You will never have to search for Arch Linux users, but they will tell you themselves before you even ask. Guilty. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that earlier. Alright, let's see. Let's do some soldering. Let me know if the fan gets too loud. Pop on the noise suppression. Facts right there. Yep. True that, brother. Fan a bit closer. There we go. Dude with the beers. Is that what that is? Yeah. Dude, me for real. Just the sleepiest boy. Cooking meth. In space. Don't worry, guys. I also have never seen the show, so I have no clue about the context of what we're in. For me, distro doesn't matter. Any of the big distro will do the job for me. It's more the desktop environment that matters, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, the desktop environment will translate between a lot of distros and will determine a lot more of the feel. Because you can, like, pretty much find ways around, like, distro-specific packages and things like that. Like, you can get Flatpak from Fedora in Arch and in a bunch of other distros, or even on Ubuntu. I think this character is straight up just me. Sleeps too much, unbothered, unstressed about most things. Redhead. Dude, me and Gene, you're one. In fact, Debian have a rolling branch. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I went through an engineering bootcamp with Ubuntu on an ancient laptop just fine. Totally. Yeah, any Linux will run great on things, even older hardware. The DE can be changed pretty easily. The package manager is make or break. Yeah, that's very true. Package manager. Important update, babe. Yo, lay it on me, Bandit Bay. What's the update? Yeah, it's the test range. Oh, I didn't know about that. I've never tried Debian though. I've heard a bit about it, but mostly what I heard was just that it's like, you know, this stable LTE releases, or LTS courses rather. Damn, Gene. Maybe I'm not like Gene. Maybe I'm not like Gene. I would eat all the food. My old man. Getting that tattooed on my collarbone. That's what business is all about.
Crab, please. Crab. Frighten. Crab, and
Crab. So like a week ago, Elle and Alan broke up. Ah, rip. And Alan has been really sad about it. But they just talked after a while and got back together. Yay! If you guys don't know what Bandit Bay is talking about, she made a Tomodachi island, and Alan from Smiling Friends and Elle from Death Note were in a relationship. Whoa, buddy, that guy's real too. True. Gene is spicy. You know what? I take back what I said. I love the Linux community. It's free drama and entertainment. See, Miso? Yeah, you just don't, like, if you're not involved, you just sit back and you're like, look at this. It's beautiful. This chaos. Crab? Crab. I heard Smiling Friends and I'm like, well, no. Dude, Smiling Friends? I have my Dr. Monster appointment with Dr. Monster. I just wanted my cheese. Dude, want to play Super Monkey Ball Island on the GameCube? Dude, a fart with reverb is the funniest thing. Because a fart is really funny on its own, and then you add reverb and it becomes even funnier. Hell yes, you little rascal. Oh my god, tandem mouse? Dude, 2 mices for the price of 1 Pokeball. Crazy. What a deal. Maybe someone more knowledgeable than me knows this, but do different PCB sockets, so like these soldering sockets, or, you know, rather non-hot swap sockets, do these pads conduct heat differently? Like, are there multiple different types? Because I feel like from PCB to PCB, sometimes, like, it's incredibly easy for the heat to transfer, and others it just feels like it takes forever. That, or it's just because I've been soldering a lot more lately, so I'm really on my game. But I'm more inclined to think that I'm just scuffed and PCBs are making a difference. Did you see a station? A 7-Eleven? Dude, this kid is like the most snaggy. Are you a developer IRL? No, I'm actually essentially a creative director for a nonprofit. I work in the film industry. We do free trainings, hands-on trainings with union members as teachers to teach people various film roles. So like below the line, above the line, all sorts of different things. Seems like that's the case, but I don't actually know. See, that's what I feel like that must be the case, because it just seems to be very inconsistent in terms of like how easy it can be to get the heat to transfer. This child sidekick character seems very inconsistent. On one hand, he's very naggy, but then on the other time, he's like, yeah, just freaking shoot everyone. What programming language do you use for coding? I'm just learning to code, actually. So I've messed around a lot within Linux. So like a little bit of Bash and JSON, a little bit of Lua. I think what I know most of is not even a coding language. It's like HTML and CSS is what I've kind of learned the most so far of. But I want to try more back-end kind of centric languages. Like I'd like to learn Python more. I just know some like very rudimentary basic things. But I'm really interested in coding as like a hobbyist of it. Like I don't need it for work necessarily, besides HTML and CSS, but I'd like to learn more about it because it seems intriguing and kind of works a different part of my brain than I'm used to for work and my other hobbies. I just like to learn things, man, you know? Enra Milk and I were talking about this the other day, our like addiction to gaining new skills and knowledge and hobbies. Urgh. What is this? This is wild. How about you, Miso? What do you do, IRL? What's your work like? I learned Haskell for this a few years ago. Xmonad. What's that? Ruby was a nice one to learn with. I've heard I've heard Ruby's a pain in the ass. So that's interesting, Elliot. I always hear the opposite. You need all the skills just because to test my power. That's right. That's right. It's how you ascend to the next level. Enra and I are one. Dude, 10,000 long? So much money. That's right, Jim. Just two best friends. Haskell as a first language is great. As a second or third or fourth language, it feels horrible to learn. You will bang your head over the wall because you have to unlearn past concepts. Oh, interesting. I've heard Haskell's a great language. I learned Ruby on Rails specifically for beginning backend coding. It felt pretty straightforward. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'll have to learn a little bit more about it. I'm a developer. I mostly do testing nowadays for our software. Oh, sweet. That's dope, Miso. So, see, you know a lot more about the coding world and probably Stack Overflow and Linux than I do. For me, it's all just like hobby. I just like learning stuff and tinkering and messing around, gaining new knowledge. Are you a developer, Eliance? Gene Starwind. Damn. Gene Starwind makes a good point. The people that are the most secretive are the ones that people prod the most to get information from. Whereas me, I'm just an open book, so people are always surprised whenever they hear about things from me. They're like, the fuck? Yeah, I do lots of miscellaneous coding for an e-commerce site. I'm in TypeScript and Ruby most days. Nice. I want to eventually learn JavaScript and TypeScript. I hear TypeScript is a lot more intuitive and efficient than JavaScript, but also that it's good to know JavaScript before learning TypeScript. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what I've been told. That's another thing. It's hard to get like a consensus sometimes on coding languages or information about them. Kind of similar to Linux in that way. I hear a lot of like conflicting things and opinions. He's invincible! This guy's giving like space vampire. Damn! Oh, he's a cyborg, not a vampire. That's kind of a fun combination of aesthetics, like this sort of composed vampire-esque guy, but he actually turns out to be a cyborg. Zumba. Oh, maybe the real one is a vampire or something. Me. So when you learn a second, third language, usually it's pretty easy. You already learned all the concept with your first language. All you need to go through and learn syntax, which is easy. That's kind of what I've heard is that like it's a muscle in a way, and so you have to learn the rules and kind of like I don't know, yeah, like the syntax differences, but the flow of it is similar. TypeScript and mostly like JavaScript. Learning either one is super handy for a lot of applications. That's what I've heard. So it's very useful. Problem is, if you try to learn a new paradigm, well, you're going to hit a wall, since it's a way to do things. You have to learn about the biggest, smallest languages. That makes sense. It's like an entirely new structure, rather than just like differences of the flow or differences in the like light details. It's an entirely new structure. Switch looks like it's sitting. Probably. Yes, it is though. Worked a little off. The leaf of victory. Not sus at all. Everything's fine. Hey, let's leave right now. McDougal's, not McDougal's. This is the thing about 90s anime, even if like some of the dialogue and story is kind of like weird and clunky, the animation and the stylization of them is just like so enjoyable. Oh, I guess I gotta do some mousey mouse to keep watching. Outlaw Star. You will often hear Java developers or C++ developers struggling to learn Haskell. That's completely normal since both are different paradigms. Ah, that makes sense. My best friend is a C++ dev. But I think C, a bit of Python, and C++ are like the ones that he knows. I'm not sure about. I don't think he knows other languages. At least we haven't talked about it. Well, everything's at least secure, I think. See, I didn't miss any, did I? Happy little domes. Yeah, McDougal. These like next episode previews used to be so much more fun. All right, I think we're going to move to the numpad. Dude, old McDonald's ad. Ronald, what are you doing, bro? I might actually need to take this stab off real quick in order to slide this out. My job is C++. We're slowly moving to Rust. I hear Rust is the way. Dude, the old colorful MacBooks or whatever they were. Not MacBooks, iMacs. Dude, Pokemon. This is such a trip down memory lane. Dude, Weird Al? No way. Yeah, it's a little bit stuck. Might need a. I guess I could probably try to move another way. There we go. Might need a needle nose plier. I'll be right back. All right, needle nose acquired. Sunflora. Bye, Sunflora. Me moving from 3ds Max to Blender as an FP animator. Dude. I loved the colorful IMAX, dude. Yeah, Turtle. The colorful IMAX was so cool. I love that the like kind of transparent and colorful aesthetic is coming back. getting the lore. Programming is fun as a hobby. Yeah, I'm definitely if I was pursuing it as a career, I think I probably would like feel a little bit like I'm behind others, but since it's just a hobby, it's just like every time I learn something new and I'm able to do something different, I'm like, this is just so sick. It just feels like magic, man. I definitely have heard this intro song before, even though I haven't seen this anime. I feel like I remember with the prototype, this just sliding out really easily, but it's a little bit tricky. This song is giving like I'm a cowboy baby, like the Bon Jovi song, but Japan. Dude, people even compare themselves when reading a book. You're reading to enjoy the race. Yeah, honestly. Be like, oh my god, I'm reading this book so slow. What am I doing? It's like, are you stressing, bro? Maybe it'd be more efficient to get this to just like slide out all at once, but I think I might have to do it just one at a time. What's up, Shonies? How you doing, beautiful? You ready for some ASCII-F time? I know Shonies is always ready for some ASCIIs. Oh yeah, that's way easier. Outlaw Star. I'm currently playing this tabletop campaign with some friends. It's called Stars Without Number. And anime like this definitely like tickle my brain and inspire me for that campaign, because it's very much like we're doing kind of this wild, wild west space adventure. Doing good. How about you? I'm doing great. Having a solid Saturday and finally building my ASCII, so I'm happy. How can I read 10 to 20 books? Does it really matter? Just read what you can. Yeah, just enjoy it. Do it your way and enjoy it. Don't stress. There's too many things to stress about in the world. I don't understand how people can choose to stress about things that are like enjoyable as well, or meant to be enjoyable. Like how they can bring stress into every facet of their life. Currently waiting for my ASCII-F to be shipped. Yo, I hope it ships soon, Jones. You got a plate build? You must be feeling satisfaction with you pulling of the plateless tabs. Yeah, it is very satisfying, like pulling those strips out. Whenever I did the prototype build, I think I was able to just pull out the side, and that was even more satisfying, but it does, those strips, you're right. You're right, Eisenheim. It's nice. Dude, the sass. The sass from Gene. Damn, that's a lot of Wong. Oh yeah, so let's see. This voice actor sounds really familiar from like 90s anime, but I can't pinpoint what else he was in. It doesn't break. I'm just too weak. Where did my plate fork go? I'm just losing all my shit over here, no big deal. McDougal! Oh, McDougal! Oh, I thought, when he was referring to McDougal, I thought it was like an individual. They keep switching between him and them. Is this like a connected twin situation? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Aaron. Damn, Shoney's not buying the home field. Isn't that Samsung? Their employees are going on strike, right? Because SK Hynix is giving their employees like wild bonuses because of the AI memory boom. So Samsung's employees are like, where's mine? I would too. I'd be like, bruh, you see the smaller company getting the fattest checks? Excuse me, Samsung? Pay up. Pay up, chump. What appliances does chat recommend? That is a good question, chat. What appliances does chat recommend? I don't have a whole lot of options for appliances because we rent, so it's just whatever the apartment building will give us, which mostly is, I think, GE appliances right now. It was Whirlpool. Either I go LG international brands like Electrolux. Oh, I've never heard of Electrolux. Word. We got Shoney's with LG. Shoney's with the wisdom. The appliance wisdom. Yeah, Frid. Unishades. The Master. Have any of you guys actually seen this show before? This is my first time hearing about Outlaw Star. Honestly, Miso, huge brain. Giga brain answer. Damn, a Space Force cruiser. This guy fucks. Suzuka. McDougal. Sorry, every time I hear McDougal, I just have to do it. Dude, bring her back, Kate. Chicks love Kate. Why? What is this conference? The conversation was so awkward. It was like two AI talking to each other. I can truly sympathize. Oh. Dude, sweetheart, darling. What the sexism, brother? Oh dear. Dude, what? Godson raid? I didn't hear the alert. What the hell happened? What's up, guys? How we doing today? I be soldering. Thank you for the raid, Godson. How you doing, man? Yo, shout out to Godson. What's good, y'all? I'm Nick Sloom. We're building an ASCII-F. Shout out to Godson, the GOAT. Yo, alright, time to catch up. What's going on here? Yo, Captain Mal, what's good? Welcome in. Godson, yo, yo, yo. I'm overstimulated in 2 seconds in. Sorry, Ray the Kid. We got a lot going on today. We got some Toonami stream, ASCII-F. We got the Sussy fan. ASCII-F so hyped. Dude, yes, I'm so ready. Good, brother. How's the stream going? Stream's going great. We're having a lot of fun. We be soldering this PCB. It's coming along nicely. We're streaming Toonami Aftermath. So it's just like Toonami. Shout out to LA Ants for welcoming it. Hey. But yeah, we're just having a fun little keyboard stream, watching some anime, some Toonami, enjoying the nostalgia of Toonami and 90s commercials. And we're just about done with soldering, so we can get to assembly. I'm very stoked on this. What did you do in your stream, Godson? What was going on over there? We built a PC GSK 910. Oh, dude, nice. Hell yeah. I got a raid and run late for dinner. Oh, dude, enjoy dinner. Thank you so much for the raid. I'll catch you next time. Hell yeah. Yeah, I should upload the VOD to YouTube afterwards, so it'll be up and ready to rip. But enjoy dinner, Godson, and thank you so much for the raid, dude. That PC GSK 910 is probably dope too. I'll have to check your VOD out too. See how it went. Yep, looks good. Let's maybe do a little PCB test, make sure everything's registering before we completely put up our soldering setup. I love how easily like character conflicts are resolved. It's just like, oh no, this thing, and it's like, nah, it'll be fine. And they're like, oh, okay. So goofy. Earnest Blue. All right, let's make sure. It's so good, it needs 2 Kataros. Right. I have to touch up spacebar. That's interesting. These keys are like all mapped to home and end twice. That's all right. We will remap those. All right. Let me fix the spacebar real quick. And I think we're good. Everything else is registering. And by touch up the spacebar, I mean it wasn't even soldered. Love that. My guy's very troubled by the McDougal situation. Start. Damn. Mom? Sorry. Mom? Beautiful. Let's just make sure it's good. This guy knows his ships. Cool. Spacebar works now. We are golden, gang. We got Jarvis controlling the ship. Patience. I think this is the same screw size as the 500 CM. Yep. Tis. Oh, she also controls the ship? What? Oh, that's right. These back screws are long. I forgot about that. I like the monotone cut to her just going straight through. Let's get our daughter board. There it is. Get it all attached. There's no way out. To be continued. I love that this Toonami Aftermath website has like a chat with the stream. People just all vibing together watching Toonami is so sick. I didn't want to include it in the stream because you never know when people are going to say some crazy out of pocket shit. Alright, we're going to need a tiny one for the daughter board. Looks like we get some Samurai Champloo next. How we doing, chat? Still alive? How do we like the shenanigans of Outlaw Star? Cat girl, she looked like an elf girl, but also love of my life. Dude, these daughterboard screws like go in for quite a while. Oh my god, it's in sync. It's interesting. Baby ba ba ba. I think we may actually return to music now since we're about to do a sound test shortly. And we don't want to stim our raters out too hard, you know. Whoa, that synth is awesome sounding. It's from Haruhi. Kind of weird. It doesn't feel like you're actually screwing these in all the way, but then they're fine. Which is strange. I have not seen that before. This JST seems a bit long, but hopefully it doesn't cause any issues with how this sits. Banger of a tune in it. Only got half of that. That's the only thing about these guides is they're a little bit precarious to work with. Kind of break in weird ways. Ooh, there we go. That one worked like I wanted. The other side I think was just like dragging against these stabilizers. Beautiful. I love it whenever you can use the same tool to assemble the internals as the externals. Granted, the daughter board had different size one, but at least the top mount is the same screw. Bit size. I think we won't do the force break immediately, and we'll see how it sounds, and then we can try force break if it's needed. Adjust the music real quick for my end. There we go. Let me know if music's too loud or quiet, y'all. Whoa. We won't be finishing too late. We could transition this into some gaming, but we'll see. Do all the Godson raiders feel right at home? I know Godson is also a massive weeb like me. So the combination of Toonami and anime tunes must be right at home. Hell yeah, we got Wheezing. We got Wheezing, gang. The long JST is nice for this portion, because it makes it a lot easier to assemble. Just try and get it to sit nice in here. This channel. Oh shit, I just noticed something though. Well, I thought we got all of the guides out, but we have a straggler here. Wonder if I can push it down and get it out. I think we can. Scuffed laziness incoming. No, because the stabilizer. Shite! This is why it's important to pay attention to details, kids, because otherwise you have to undo your whole assembly. Thanks again for the Tsunami Aftermath knowledge, Eliant. I think you may have just awoken my new workday addiction. And I apologize to any of the other streamers that I typically watch during work, because I think I might be Tsunami pilled. Tsunami Aftermath pilled now. Dude, I gotta go. Have a nice rest of the stream and take care. Eisenheim, thank you so much for coming out and hanging with me. Hope you have a beautiful night. And yeah, the VOD should be up on YouTube for you to catch the sound test and stuff. I'll probably also upload it as a short at some point. But yeah, thanks for coming to hang, man. My brother in blue sky. This guy's a little bit tricky.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Okay, I'll drink water. Thank you, Space. Okay. Now I'm no longer a dehydrated bitch. Thank you for the hydrate, Spacey. What are you up to this Saturday, Space? I hope you're having a very beautiful day. You very beautiful man, you. Just made some food. Ooh, yummy. What's on the menu tonight? I'm just checking once more before we screw everything in to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Looks like we're all good though. This corner. Chilling, hell yeah. I did literally nothing, just listen to some music most of the day. Conan, that sounds like a nice day. I've been just so busy lately that, like, I was just saying earlier, I need to just take a weekend where I do, like, nothing. No plans. Just absolute grub. Lol, just threw together some ground pork and seasoning, then steamed some bok choy. Nice. Sounds like a well-balanced meal. Space, are you still into keyboards? Like, do you ever get new ones, or are you pretty much out of the keyboard game? Dude, the little instrument break right there, so satisfying. I'm basically done. I have boards to rebuild or fix, and I'd like an EC build for my Dallas, but I haven't bought anything except the occasional part in like 3 years. Oh, damn, word. It's been even longer. That's valid. I definitely have slowed down a lot, like majorly. Well, I slowed down a lot for a long time, I should say. In very recent history, I feel like keyboards has been more prevalent in my life once again. Do you ever still go to meetups? All right, assembly complete. The like yellow switch with like the amber PCB looks kind of fun. All right, we are doing GMK Blot. Blotty hell. Let's get some of my tools out of the way. Keep things pretty around here. Gotta fix my little doggy. All right. Get a few keys out from earlier. Oh, 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 oh. No, the local group here kind of got taken over by the 40s people. Ew, 40s people. Ew. No, I'm just kidding. We definitely have had recently in the group here a lot of 40s and ortho folk. I think there was like a separate group, and then we had a lot of them come over or like discover the main Colorado group. We've had more of those at meets, but it's been all good vibes. Oh yeah, what's so cool? Oh yeah, and have novelties for it too. We can do some fun things. Do some super fun things. I wish there was two these guys. We'll just keep it super. Guess we could put these guys here on each side for funsies. We'll see. I might swap back, but oh wait, wrong one. I typically like a little more just like a smattering of novelties, but this one has so many fun ones. Why not use them? We'll see how long I stick with that approach. Probably do this as function actually. That would be alt. Yeah, I just have no interest. Valid. It is like its own little world. Since we have the like nut, maybe I'll swap this out with just a 1U alt. Yeah, then we'll have this side kind of carried on novelties, this over here. Wild Mian Fu. Mian Fu. I have not kept on top of Oshinoko. I've heard it takes some strange directions and didn't stay quite as good. Becky Shanae. Well, even though you're not really into keyboards anymore, I always appreciate you coming to hang out with me, Spacey. Ballsy, me boy. I think GMK Blot had a rerun recently, or is going to soon. I forget. This is a great set, though. Of course, always good to catch up with the homie. Hell yeah, that's how I feel. That's why even though I know nothing of coffee, and I admittedly am not allowed to cook in this household, I still enjoy coming to hang out with you because you're always just great company during my work day. And it's always good to catch up with you. GMK Norse Perestroika. True. Two great sets combined. Facts. Fix. Yeah, I think Perestroika ran just before I joined the hobby, but Blot ran like a year or two after I got into it. And I was like, hell yeah, finally I can have like a deep red set. While also tapping into my Nordic heritage. Dude, this on beige looks nice. Oh man. Dude, this is gonna sound so fucking sick. I'm so excited. I've been saying since I got into the hobby that I want to do like a build with an ISO enter just for funsies, like just do an ISO build. I still need to. Maybe I'll do that with the jar. I need to get a solder PCB for it as a backup. Maybe I'll do a secondary build that has an ISO layout for funsies. I just wish that this had text plus icon mods and ran a year earlier. Is that what it would get you? Is that the ticket? I love icon mods. Admittedly, I'm a sloot for the icon mods. Yeah, I had rules for myself to limit what sets I'd buy. That's smart, honestly. I love that it's like, it was very clear too, like what you liked and a specific set of things that had to happen for you to get a set. That's a really good approach. I need to do that for myself. I need more restraint because I have none. Oh yeah, I forgot I had different bars for Modern Ink. Guys, I think this fucking slaps. Look at this set. Holy shit. I might at some point switch the top num row to the runes, but we'll see. For now, I'm stoked. This is fucking sick. Pardon my francois. My only ISO build so far is a Lil Bay macro pad from Sneakbox. Dude, Conan, that's actually sick. Oh man. Are you guys ready? You guys ready to hear how it sounds? I mean, look at it though. Just look. What a beaut. I love a red and a white or a red and a beige. Has nothing to do with being a red-headed cracker. I just think the colors go well together. I like icon mods, but for Alpha Sublegends, text plus icon. I guess I've never thought about that, but you make a good point. Text plus icon does look really good with Sublegends. I guess I need to think more about my taste. I kind of just go like on a case-by-case, vibe-by-vibe basis, you know? Like I look at something and either like it or don't. Wow, guys. Wow. I'm so excited. I've been very stoked to get this board in for a long time. And now that I finally had the time to build it, oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Let's pause music. And let's do a little sound test. All right, so we have the ASCII-F by Ino Mushiki. This is built plateless with a copper bottom. And we have Keygeek M3 switches. We have Knight V3 stabilizers, and up top is GMK Blot R1. Let's hear how it sounds. Oh, you know what would actually help though? If we had the browser open with a typing test. Ooh, little teaser for you guys right there. It's capturing the wrong Brave. There we go. The wrong Brave browser. Alright, now we can hear how it sounds. Alright, Friends and Family Edition ASCII-F with the copper bottom. Built plateless with Keygeek M3 switches, Knight V3 stabilizers, and GMK Blot for keycaps. Let's hear how it sounds. Oh my goodness. Absolute cinema. This sounds so damn awesome. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? Oh my. Oh, Black Treacle with the posture tech. Thank you. Sounds so nice, dude. Holy. I am very stoked with how this came out. Oh, it feels incredible too. I didn't hear any resonance either, so like... Oh. It sounds so nuts. I like this even more than my prototype build with the cherries. Holy shit, dude. Dude, Fuzzinator, what's up? Long time no see, Fuzzy. What is good? Dude. This sounds very, very nice. I need to get a sound test over to Frank for sure. I think he'll be very stoked. Dude, had to message Had to message Frank and be like, you absolutely cooked. This sounds fucking amazing. Yo, what the hell? Buzz still uses this app? Dude, what the hell? Akigami still uses this app? Dude, Aki, what's up? Oh my god. Dude, what? Dude, Akigami and Fuzzinator? Are you kidding me? I feel like I've traveled back in time and my two boyfriends have just emerged from the shadows. This is like the moment in anime where like the protagonist just gets their ass absolutely kicked and then they just like see two hands reach in and just like pick them up and they look and it's the boys and you're just like and then they just like kick the enemy's ass together. Okay, do it again. All right. Another sound test time. One more for Daddy Frank. We running it back. It's probably good because I need to like clip the sound test anyway. All right. The ASCII-F by, shout out to Ino Mushiki. The ASCII-F by Daddy Frank. This is the Friends and Family unit with a copper bottom, built plateless with Keygeek M3 switches, Knight V3 stabilizers, and GMK Blot on top. Let's do another sound test, shall we? Freaking love it. Dude, this is not going to leave my desk for a minute. Oh my freaking god. Dude, thanks for dropping in, Frank. Enjoy the kids' time. Thank you for this board, too. Holy. It is a really nice board. Yeah, dude. It's a beaut. What a beaut. The beige looks sick. Oh, dude, Akigami, you got one too? Let's go. Dude, looks great, sounds great, it feels great. I'm bricked up. I'm so bricked up. Sounds hella nice. Dude, Fuzzy, for real. Dude, what a good stream. Dude, board came out good. Summoned Akigami and Fuzzy from the ghosts of keyboards past. Oh my god. Today is a very good day. Dude, what? NASA Artemis 2 badge? How did you get that, Aki? That's so fucking sick. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Dude, Toonami time. We had Toonami time. We built ASCII-F. We summoned the homies. Ah. This is a nut moment. Big nut moment. Like, it's just so sick. I'm trying to look for my nut sound. Where's the nut button? There it is.
Nut.
That's how I feel right now. The NASA Twitch channel gave it during the Artemis launch. Fuck, why didn't I watch it on Twitch? I watched the landing of Artemis for like 5 hours. Dude, that's so sick. I have a friend that worked at United Launch Alliance, and so I was watching through their like direct stream because he sent it to the group. But had I known Twitch was giving away some sick NASA badges, damn, I would have done that. That's so sick though. I didn't even know you were still hanging in the Twitch realm, Aki. Oh my goodness. I'm a happy boy. I must be smiling all night. Oh man. Yeah, I thought we might, since they included force brake pads, I thought we might need to like build it with them, but I'm not hearing like any resonance. It just sounds absolutely bussin'. Oh, so freaking poppy and locky and droppy. Oh my god, makes me drippy. Aki and Fuzz still here? Yeah, dude, space. The gang's all together again. Yeah, I try to come by when I can, look around, but busy with school and the kids. Yeah, it's hard being daddy. I feel. So sick, though. Well, I hope everything's been going freaking good, Aki. Alright, let's see who is live right now. Who is live? Patty. Patty be live? Yeah, he be lurking. Do you be lurking too, Fuzz? I haven't seen you in a minute either. Ooh, it's so nice to see the homies, though. Thank you guys for coming out. Maybe I should just rebuild the ASCII-F every week. Fish for the homies. Bring them out, bring them out. But, alright. I think we shall raid Patty. This has been such a magical stream. So fun. The build went off without a hitch, besides some, like, scuffed stupidity on my side, but this was so much fun. Thank you to Godson. One last shout out for Godson for the raid. If you guys don't follow him, he's wonderful, wonderful weeb brother. Design stuff for keyboards as well. So definitely give him a follow. But more keyboard builds to come. I definitely have a client build in the works, and gonna try. I know I've said in the past, we're gonna try and keep more consistent lives with like some gaming and stuff. I've been enjoying Marathon, so we'll try and do it. But thank you guys so much for keeping me company. This has been such a great stream and so fun to see the homies again. Enjoy your evenings, be safe, and let's go show some freaking love to Patty. Mwah! Love you guys.